and welcome to another video. This is Crafty Rhea. Today is Throwback Thursday and I will be working with brads today for my Throwback Thursday item. I have this set of brads in different colors, and underneath are mini brads. So I have two different sizes there. And I also found these adorable little button brads that I thought we would use today. They've been in my stash for I don't know how many years. It doesn't have a date on them, but I like what they're called. B-U-T-T. Made me laugh. We have some butt brads. It's short for button, in case you were wondering. So with those brads, we're going to recycle a couple Christmas cards, of course. And the first thing I thought of was this train. I would use the brads on the wheels at the bottom. You could also use them on cars, like for the hubcaps and that sort of thing. And then also this card here has some mini buttons, and it has some really neat colors in it that I thought would go really good with the button brads, or the butt brads, whatever you want to call them. Okay, so here we go. We have these two. Let's start with the train, since that was my first idea. And this card is pretty big. Both of them are going to be too big to use on an A2 size card, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. But I do have these 5 by 7 card backs. I've had them in my stash for a long time. Maybe not too long, but they were from Pat Catan's when they went out of business. And I thought that would look cute matted on the blue. And then this one would look cute matted on that red color. The only thing with these card backs is they are not really Christmas colors, so I kind of have to make do, but it'll work. So of course I'm going to cut the front of this card off. And then I'm going to trim all the way around, a little bit off of each edge. And see how it looks on the card base. I need to take a little bit off the sides, and there's more white on this side, so I'll take a little more off that side. And then let's see how it looks. And that gives me a nice small border all the way around, so that one works out great. And I'll go ahead and cut the sentiment out of the inside. So we have the sentiment for that one, and the backing is just white, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw that away. And while I have my trimmer out, I'll go ahead and cut this card. I don't think I need to take very much off of that one at all, no. So I'm going to be really careful and cut that edge off. There, I think that's fine. I don't have to do much more with it, and I'll cut this sentiment out of the inside as well. Try to cut the marker off. So then I have that piece for the inside. We'll go ahead and do this one first. Now, one thing with brads, you could do it a couple ways. You could use a hole punch and make little holes to put your brads in. If you have a hole punch, you would use a really small one, not the office store size hole punch. But I'm going to go ahead and just use my craft knife because not everybody has the little small hole punch that would work. So I have these brads, and I thought this gray color went well with the wheel of the train. It's a little darker, but this one here seems to match that size, and I held it on there upside down to see if it would fill in that circle, and that seems to work really well. You could also use black. Out of this pack, I would use the gray or the black, but I think the gray will look pretty good. And honestly, I don't have a lot of other projects for the gray, whereas the black would be more popular, so I'll save those for something else. And then the mini brads, I'm going to use on the small wheels. So I'm going to take 3 of those out. I think I got these brads at Joann's quite a few years ago. They were on clearance, and I got this pack and a pack of bright colors. And I've had them for a long time. As you can see, I've used some of the brown ones, but I don't use them very often. I never really think of them or get them out. Now, these brads, if you've not used a brad before, these are like the paper fasteners that you can get at the office supply store. And those usually come in like a gold or a brass color, paper fasteners or brass fasteners. And you can probably color the tip of them with an alcohol marker like a Sharpie if you wanted to. But you can also buy brads at your craft store. I'm pretty sure they still sell them. So what I'm going to do is, with the sharp knife, I'm just going to make just a little slit in the paper. Maybe you can see it on the back. Not really. There you go. You can see it there. Just a little slit. And I'm going to do that on all of the circles. And it doesn't matter which way you angle your slit in this case, because the brads are symmetrical all the way around. And then I'm just going to stick the brad through that little slit right there. And then I'm going to make sure it's centered where I want it to be, and then just open up the back. Just like that. And what I do to make sure it sits flat, I take it flat on my surface and I push down on the brad, and that really opens it well. And then your brad will be flat against your paper. And then I'm going to do that with the little ones, one at a time. And if the brad does not line up exactly where you want it, when you do that, you can just, if you needed to, you can take your craft knife and make the hole bigger or move the hole over. And then I'm going to turn it over and then separate that brad. If you don't have nails or can't separate the brad, you can stick your craft knife down in between it and separate the parts out that way. This is a great way to chip nail polish, just in case you're wondering. And I'm going to push that one down. I'm very hard on my nails and my nail polish. And then I'm going to just open up the back of this one. Now, if you don't have brads, but you have like little buttons or pieces of bling, you could also do the same thing. Or if you have cards that have cars or trucks on them, these would be really cute for the hubcaps, because they're metal and they, you know, look like hardware. So there we go. We have those little brads in there. And I think they look really, really cute, and they add just a little punch of something to this card. And then I'm just going to stick the card on the front of the card base. I'm not going to mat it on anything. I found when I use a lot of these 5x7 cards, if I have cardstock and I mat it on cardstock, by the time I'm done, it ends up weighing an ounce or over an ounce, and then it costs extra postage if it's over an ounce. So then I'm going to use my tape and just put my tape all the way around the back. And I'm going to put it on this side of the brad and then run one more on the other side. So that way they're kind of encased in it. And I'm just going to put a piece down the middle for fun. Make sure my card's opening the right way. What I did there, I turned it over because on this side you could see a little white edge. So I turned it over and you don't see that white edge. It's just not folded perfectly, but it's folded good enough. And then I'm going to push my paper down really good around the brads just to make sure that that holds itself down and does not buckle. You don't want your brads too close to the end of your paper, and you want to definitely put them in before you put it on the back so you have a clean edge on the inside. If you're working on something that is just one layer, you can always take a piece of paper and mat it over the back so you don't see those edges of the brads. Then I thought it would be neat to just add a little bit of dimension to the card. I have these really cute candy canes from Jossie's, and I thought he would look really cute holding one of these green ones. Let me see how he would look holding a red one. Maybe the red one stands out better. And I just put that up in his hand, and he's waving his little candy cane. So there's that card. And for the inside, I will mat this. I have this red cardstock that matches the front of the card. It's pretty close to the base of the card. And I'll go ahead and mat it, and I think that's going to fit in there just perfectly. I'll use my glue for this because I think it's a little faster than using the tape runner. And I will trim it. And stick it down on the inside. Not glue my mat down. There we go. My mat's not that old, but it has taken a lot of abuse already. I think it's holding up pretty well. Okay, so there we go. That card's done. It's easy, and I think the brads really add a nice dimension to the front. And let's go ahead and do this card. While I have this paper out, I'll go ahead and mat this down as well. I'll get that out of the way. And it happens to just fit perfectly on there. That worked out really well. I didn't have to do a whole lot of cutting. I love when that happens. Bob Ross would probably call it a happy accident. Okay, we'll put that on the inside of the card in a little bit. Actually, while I have my glue out, I might as well do it now. And I thought that color paper went with the red lettering of Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Okay, so then we have this card, And we have these button brads, or as someone else would call them, BRT, B-U-T-T brads, butt brads. So I'm going to open one of the packages. I think one was already open. And I'll pour them out here, and I'll decide what color I want. They're in a bunch of really pretty colors. We've got yellow, which doesn't really go. Maybe the red, I think, will work, because his scarf is red. Now the buttons on his jacket, or her jacket, I don't know if it's a her or him, are like a dark blue. We do have a blue button, but I don't think that blue goes with it all that well. I think I like the red. Let's see if I have 3 red ones. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I have 3. I don't have to open the other package. So I'm going to do the same thing with my craft knife, and on those little buttons, on each of those buttons, I'm just going to make a little slit. And then I will stick the button in, or the button brad in that little slit. These are a little harder to do because they're so small. There we go, and that's what the red button looks like. And I think it makes them stand out pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it red. I'm going to turn it so the back is going that way so they don't hit each other. You don't want the metal to touch each other on the back, or, you know, overlap each other. It'll make the card very bulky. And then I'm just going to turn it so it opens this way, so they're all parallel to each other. And then I'll do the third one. And again, I'm going to turn it so all 3 of those open parallel to each other, and push them down really good on the front. There we go. So he's got 3 little metal buttons. Really cute. I like the way that turned out. That's just a very subtle embellishment you can add to the card. Very cute. If I had black, I would probably do his eyes. Make button eyes for him. But he's got charcoal eyes, so I guess that's okay. So then I will go ahead and adhere him down. And again, I'm going to put tape all around those brads, just so the paper sticks down around it and they don't buckle. And like I was saying before, if this was your only layer, you could put a piece of paper over that to hide those brads. Make sure I have my card opening the right way. And then I'll just go ahead and put that down. I think that's really cute. Then I have these little snowflakes from Recollections. And I thought I would put one up in this corner because that's that empty space up there. And I have silver and I have gold. I think the silver is going to be better. And we'll just put that right up there, just to add a little sparkle and a little fun to it. There we go. That was quick and easy. Throwback Thursday. Get those brads out and use them. I think they came out really cute. Thanks again for watching. If you really like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any more of my videos. I do a whole lot of recycled Christmas cards, plus some other stuff thrown in there. I like you to use what you have rather than have to go out and buy new things. Also, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll bring you some more Throwback Thursday videos. Let me know in the comments below what you'd like to see featured on a Throwback Thursday video. Do you have any really old craft supplies or tools or techniques that you'd like to see featured on a Throwback Thursday? If I have the supplies and I'm able to do it, I'll be happy to do a video for you. Also, come on over to Create with Crafty Rhea, my Facebook group. I'd love to have you over there and to see what you're doing. We share our sketches over there, and the ladies have been sharing the work that they've been doing with the sketches as well. If you haven't seen one of my sketch videos, I have 2 up now. Just look back in the past videos and you'll be able to find them. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you are all staying safe and healthy, and have a happy Easter coming up. And until the next time, you know what to do. Go get crafting. Bye-bye.